Have you ever wondered how simple writing, something we do every day, could become one of the world's highest art forms? Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of the Chinese character, from ancient prophecies etched on bone to a spiritual art of the soul.
I mean, get this. That's a quote from Pablo Picasso, of all people, one of the greatest painters in history. So what on earth did he see in these characters that was so powerful? How does writing transform into something so profound? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
All right, to really get this, we've got to jump in a time machine and go way back to the very beginning, a time of myth, mystery, and, well, turtle shells. So the earliest days of Chinese writing are super murky. We found these really old symbols that might be a kind of proto-writing, and then you've got these awesome myths, like the one about a sage with 4 eyes who could literally see the patterns of the universe and turn them into characters. But the real head-scratcher is this. Around 1400 BCE, a complete, sophisticated writing system just appears, almost out of thin air. It's like opening a book and starting on chapter 3. And this brings us to the first writing system we can confirm. And this is where something truly amazing starts to happen. The very tools used to write begin to shape the destiny of the writing itself. Picture this. You're a king back in the Shang dynasty. You've got big questions about war, about the harvest, maybe even about a nasty toothache you have. So you have your scribes carve these questions onto turtle shells or animal bones. Then they heat them up until they crack, and the priest reads the cracks to tell you the future. This is Oracle Bone Script. It's writing at its most raw and functional. Okay, so this is a huge fork in the road. On the one hand, you have the Oracle Bone Script. You're carving into hard bone, so the lines are forced to be sharp, straight, and angular. It's an aesthetic born out of limitation. But then, check this out. When the medium changes to soft clay for casting bronze vessels, everything changes. The lines become fluid, graceful, and rounded. You can almost feel the difference. For the first time, you can see the artistic soul of the characters trying to break free. And this is really the key takeaway here. The medium literally shapes the message. The second writing moved from a hard, resisting surface to a soft, yielding one. The door to art was kicked wide open. It stopped being just about function. Suddenly, it was about form and beauty. So, writing now has artistic potential. What's next? Well, politics, of course. We're about to enter a period of total chaos, where the script itself becomes an incredibly powerful tool for forging an entire empire. Okay, so after a long period of unity, China breaks apart into what's called the Warring States period. Now you've got 7 different states, and they're all developing their own versions of the script. It was script chaos. A document from one state might be unreadable in another. It's a huge problem. And then, one man comes along, Qin Shi Huang, and he conquers them all. So now you're the new emperor. You've won the war. But how do you actually run this huge, sprawling empire when people in different regions can't even reliably read the same document? How do you get everyone on the same page, literally? The answer was going to be as ruthless as it was effective. His right-hand man, Li Si, came up with a simple, brutal plan. Step 1, one script to rule them all, the small seal script. Step 2, ban everything else. All those regional variations, gone, illegal. Step 3, create the world's first standardized textbook to make sure everyone learns it the right way. This was not just about making things easier to read. This was about absolute power and control. And you can actually see the empire's philosophy right there in the script. I mean, just look at it. Small seal script is all about order, balance, and uniformity. Every single character was meticulously designed to fit perfectly inside an invisible square. It is a visual definition of a centralized, top-down empire. But here's the great irony, the biggest plot twist in the whole story. The very script that was designed for rigid, absolute control would end up unlocking the ultimate form of personal expression. And this brings us to the beautiful concept of Shufa, which translates to the way of writing. And let's be clear, we are not just talking about pretty handwriting. This is a deep, spiritual practice. It's a form of meditation, a discipline where the act of writing is believed to be a direct window into the artist's character and soul. So what was the secret sauce? It all comes down to the tools, the 4 treasures. You've got your ink, your inkstone, and paper. But the real game changer, the heart of it all, is the brush. Unlike a stiff Western pen or quill, the Chinese brush is made of soft animal hair. It's alive. It's flexible.
With just a subtle change in pressure or a flick of the wrist, an artist can create a whole universe of lines, from a threat-thin whisper to a bold, thunderous roar. And you can really see the difference when you put the two traditions side by side. Western calligraphy often uses stiff pens, aiming for geometric perfection and legibility, but Chinese calligraphy is a whole different world. You've got that flexible brush combined with a logographic script, where each character is an entire idea, not just a sound. The goal isn't just to be read, it's to channel the artist's inner energy, their life force, directly onto the page.
And this really is the heart of Shufa. The brush isn't just a tool, it becomes an extension of the artist's body and spirit. Every single stroke, its speed, its weight, its texture, is seen as a direct record of their qi or life force at that precise moment. That's why each piece is a unique, unrepeatable performance, capturing the spirit of its creator in ink.
So, after this incredible journey, what's the big takeaway? From oracle bones to imperial decrees to profound art, the legacy of the Chinese character is really a story of two powerful, intertwined forces.
On the one hand, you have the political legacy. Standardizing the script was a masterstroke of statecraft. It created a powerful tool for unifying a vast empire, a tool of bureaucracy and control that would last for millennia. But on the other hand, you have this amazing spiritual legacy. That simple, flexible brush gave the individual artist a profound tool for self-expression. It transformed writing from a public duty into a deeply personal act. And in the end, that's the magic right there. It was the perfect marriage, a visually rich, complex script meeting a uniquely expressive and sensitive tool. That union is what allowed an act of communication to become an act of creation. And it's why a master painter like Picasso could look at a simple character on a page and see the very definition of art itself.